This is the single most terrifying upgrade in comic book theory, because a Green Lantern ring is the most powerful weapon in the DC universe, and limited only by the user's willpower. The Ghost Rider is the most powerful supernatural force in Marvel, while being limited only by the host's humanity. Combining them creates a cosmic event, rather than just a superhero. We aren't talking about a simple costume change here. We are analyzing the specific mechanics of what happens when the Spirit of Vengeance puts on an Owen power ring, because the result would break the laws of both magic and science. We must first address compatibility. Green Lantern rings are scientific technology created by the Guardians of the Universe in the DC Universe, while the Ghost Rider is powered by Hellfire and the Spirit of Vengeance in Marvel. Historically, OAN technology struggles against magic, but Alan Scott proves otherwise. His power came from the Starheart, which was chaotic magic bound into a lantern, and this proves that green energy can synthesize with supernatural forces. If Johnny Blaze put on a ring, it wouldn't just channel green light, because it would try to process Hellfire as a fuel source. The ring's AI might initially signal an error before the demonic energy forcibly overwrote the code like a virus seizing a computer. A Green Lantern ring chooses a host based on the ability to overcome great fear, while using pure willpower as fuel. Most people underestimate Johnny Blaze's will because he has spent decades containing Zarathos. Every single day, Blaze exerts enough mental pressure to keep a literal fallen angel in check. That level of mental fortitude dwarfs what Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner deal with on a daily basis. If the ring seeks willpower, then Blaze arguably shines brighter than anyone in the DC Corps. He lives with a nightmare stitched to his soul and refuses to break, which makes him an ideal candidate for Sector 2814. We have a perfect blueprint for this in the Dark Knight's Metal event from 2017. In Batman the Dawnbreaker issue 1, a young Bruce Wayne receives a ring, moments after his parents are murdered. His will is so broken and void of emotion that it corrupts the ring. When the ring tries to stop him from using lethal force, Bruce's darkness literally overloads the safety protocols and turns the green light into a murky shadow. This is exactly what would happen with Ghost Rider, because the Spirit of Vengeance doesn't follow the Guardians' no-kill rule. Zarathos would forcefully bypass the lethal force restrictions and turn the constructs from hard light into solid, burning judgment. The ring would stop being a tool of protection and become an instrument of punishment. This specific matchup came directly from a debate in our comment section last week, so thank you to everyone pitching these theories. We wouldn't be making this video without that spark. If you have an idea for another Forbidden crossover, drop it below, because we read them all, and the best ones get made. Hitting subscribe helps us fund the research for the next one. Here is the main evidence for this entire theory. In the Day of Judgment storyline, Hal Jordan actually became the Spectre, who is DC's version of the Spirit of Vengeance. For years, Jordan wielded the near-omnipotent power of the Spectre, while retaining his memories as a lantern. Although he didn't typically use a ring during this time, he often manifested his powers as green energy constructs out of habit. This proves that the Spirit of Vengeance profile and the Green Lantern profile are not mutually exclusive. If Hal Jordan could house the Spirit of Vengeance, then the Spirit of Vengeance can certainly wield the power of Hal Jordan, because the cosmic architecture for this hybrid already exists in the lore. Imagine the combat mechanics, where a standard Green Lantern construct is made of hard light and hits like a physical object. A Ghost Rider construct would be made of Hellfire light, meaning a giant green chain or cage doesn't just trap you, but burns your soul. Hellfire ignores conventional durability, so a tank could block a standard lantern blast, while a Hellfire blast passes right through the metal to burn the driver. Ghost Rider could create a construct of a demon army, where these constructs are imbued with actual magical animus. You aren't fighting light anymore, because you are fighting weaponized, tangible damnation. The Penance Stare is Ghost Rider's ultimate weapon, forcing a victim to feel all the pain they have ever caused. Its only weakness is that he usually needs to make eye contact at close range, but the Green Lantern ring solves this limitation instantly. The ring is a communication device capable of broadcasting signals across sectors, so Ghost Rider could project the Penance stare through the ring. He wouldn't need to grab you by the collar because he could float in orbit and project the stare over an entire city to paralyze millions of sinners simultaneously. This turns a brawler into a planetary judgment system. Skeptics might argue that a mystical spirit cannot interface with alien software, but I point to Ghost Rider 2099. In that timeline, Zero Cochran is a hacker whose mind is downloaded into a robot body, and he still functions as a Ghost Rider. The spirit there works perfectly fine with cybernetics and advanced coding, because Cochran could hack systems and enter cyberspace. A Green Lantern ring is essentially the most advanced computer in the universe. If the Spirit of Vengeance can possess a 1969 Dodge Charger or a futuristic killbot, it can absolutely possess and interface with the OAN Central Power Battery. The magic adapts to the vessel rather than the other way around. We have seen Frank Castle, the Cosmic Ghost Rider, wield the power cosmic given to him by Galactus. That version of the Rider could rearrange atoms or travel through time and blast planets apart. A Green Lantern ring offers similar versatility, but with more precision. While the power cosmic is raw potential, the ring is an architect's tool. A ring-wielding Ghost Rider would lack the raw force of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, but he would be far more tactical. He could create shields to contain explosions, or perform microsurgery on a soul, and transport sinners into the sun with a wormhole. It is the difference between a nuclear bomb and a laser scalpel, because both are deadly, but one leaves nothing behind. Many fans argue that Ghost Rider belongs in the Red Lantern Corps, since red is the color of rage, and the Rider is a creature of wrath. There is even popular fan art depicting this, often confused with the time Red Hulk temporarily held the Spirit of Vengeance in the Circle of Four storyline. But rage makes you mindless, and Red Lanterns vomit burning blood while losing their cognitive functions. Ghost Rider doesn't need more uncontrollable anger because he needs focus. The green ring provides containment, which allows Blaze to channel the fire with surgical precision, rather than just exploding. Green is the scarier option because it implies a controlled apocalypse. Traditionally, Green Lantern rings were weak against the color yellow, which represents fear. But this was later retconned to be the Yellow Impurity, or parallax entity trapped in the battery. Ghost Rider is the literal embodiment of fear to his enemies, and he causes fear rather than feeling it. If a Ghost Rider wore a green ring, he would likely be immune to the yellow weakness entirely. You cannot use fear against a being that eats sin and breathes hellfire. A Green Lantern Ghost Rider might be able to drain the yellow energy from his enemies, feeding on their terror to fuel his own constructs. He would be the ultimate counter to the Sinestro Corps. Every Green Lantern has to recharge their ring every 24 hours by reciting the oath, which is a massive tactical weakness. The Ghost Rider is a self-sustaining engine because the Spirit of Vengeance has infinite stamina and magical energy. It is possible that the Hellfire could act as a substitute battery. Instead of looking for a lantern battery, Blaze could simply channel his own internal fire into the ring, keeping it at full charge permanently. We saw in the Dawnbreaker that willpower alone can overload a ring, so combining that with an infinite magical fuel source creates a weapon that never runs dry. We actually got a glimpse of this kind of madness in the 90s with Amalgam Comics, which was a joint venture between Marvel and DC. They created a character called Speed Demon, which was a combination of the Flash and Ghost Rider and the demon Etrigan. While he didn't use a Green Lantern ring, he proved that writers are willing to stack these power sets. Speed Demon recited rhyming spells while moving at light speed, showing that the Speed Force and Hellfire could occupy the same body. A Green Lantern Ghost Rider is the spiritual successor to that concept, by taking the fastest tool in DC and handing it to the most destructive force in Marvel. The conflict regarding his invincibility would be internal, because the Green Lantern ring requires absolute focus and clarity of will. The Spirit of Vengeance is a chaotic, raging entity, so there would be a constant war for control. If Blaze loses his temper for even a second, the ring's constructs would destabilize. We saw this with Green Arrow in Green Lantern Rebirth, where he tried to use the ring, but couldn't maintain it because his mind wandered. If the demon Zarathos tries to take the wheel, the ring might reject him as an impurity. So the greatest enemy of the Green Lantern Ghost Rider would be his own divided mind. Taking all these factors into account, this character immediately jumps to a high-tier cosmic threat, capable of soloing entire fleets. In Marvel terms, he sits comfortably above the Herald tier and approaches the Skyfather tier, while in DC terms, he is a crisis-level event waiting to happen. He is essentially a portable version of the Spectre, but with a battering ram of green light attached to his fist. It is a good thing this crossover remains theoretical, because the cleanup would take decades. The Ghost Rider with a Green Lantern ring is more than just a cool costume idea, because it is a breakdown of how willpower interacts with the supernatural. We have seen Batman corrupt a ring with darkness, and we have seen Hal Jordan become the Spirit of Vengeance. Connecting those dots gives us a hero who doesn't just save the day, but judges it. If you want to see us break down another impossible combination, like something involving Venom and the Speed Force, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.